Welcome to Nice Minds, everybody. I am your host, Brandon McCollum, also known as B McC. Today, I am joined by a very special guest, my homie, Keny Grey. What's good, Kenny?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Considering everything that 2020 has been, you know. So yeah, I mean, I know you as like a singer-songwriter. Why don't you give everybody a little background about yourself and, you know, like your musical journey and all that stuff from day one and up until now, kind of.
Yeah, sure. Well, started doing music a long time ago. I actually started with the clarinet in fourth grade. I played band all the way through the end of high school, so from fourth grade till 12th grade. And during that time, I never really thought like I would be into music in terms of trying to be an artist or anything like that. I just kind of knew I liked music. I just started, and I remember around eighth or ninth grade, I wanted to quit playing the clarinet. My mom was like, "No, you got to keep going. You're already almost in high school." And then like around 11th grade, I wanted to quit again. She's like, "You're almost done with high school. You might as well finish it up." And that's the only reason I play the clarinet. But um, also kind of growing up, I had a dad who did music, and I was always in the recording studio with him. And I didn't really think much of it. It was just kind of the daily routine. Um, kind of go in the studio with my dad, and he would be recording his albums or whatever, and I would just be sitting in a studio chair, just I don't know, staring at the wall. And what do we even have to do back then? There was no smartphones when I was a kid.
Yep.
But I don't know, playing with an etch and sketch or something.
hmm
And yeah, I mean, I was always around music growing up, but I didn't really know that I wanted to be a musician actually until 10th grade in high school. I had a best friend who played acoustic guitar. His name was Preston, and he would do these little shows at a local coffee shop called the Depot in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, and
And
Hopkins.
yep, in Hopkins.
Nice.
Uh and I always thought it was the coolest thing. Like he would invite all his friends, everyone would come. I would come early with him, help him set up. But watching people come in and watch him do his thing on stage while he's just like kind of opening up his feelings, his heart with his music, and people like applauding him, and like I guess really um just like confirming his presence in the world, I thought was such a cool thing, because when you're in 10th grade, like you just feel so little and you feel not cool and you feel like you don't have the words to express yourself, and no one really knows who you are. And I had trouble with that, so that's kind of why I started doing music. And so then I was like, dang, maybe I should get a guitar and start writing songs. And I remember telling him, but I think I'm too old. I was like 15. I was like, I'm too old to start playing music,
Too
aren't I?
old at
He's like,
15?
no. I know, right?
What?
But now here I am in my mid 20s, like doing it with no cares. Like I don't think about that kind of thing anymore. I just like to do
Yeah,
what I love every day.
right.
But back then it was like, oh, I'm too old to do this. And let that be a message to anyone out there, that if you love doing something, you do it no matter your age, as if has anything to do with
Right.
with doing what you love. But anyway, so I ended up getting an acoustic guitar. Um, I started playing that more and more. Started playing the clarinet less and less, and then I went to college after high school. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be a rock star instead. So I was depressed the whole way through that. And then I graduated. I got my degree in economics, which is cool. I'm grateful to have a degree, and in the opportunities that it brought me, especially after college, I was able to get a couple, safe and secure corporate office jobs, and
Yep.
that was cool for a while. And I was doing that for a while, and then 2020 hit, and we're all kind of just sitting in our homes with our thoughts and thinking about what is life and what am I doing. And so a month ago, actually 17 days ago, I quit my corporate job, and I'm just gonna give music, my everything. And so that's where I'm at right now, with music. So I saved up some money, and I'm trying to make it before I run out of money. That's basically the situation I'm in right now. But I love music, and it's worth it. If you love something, it's worth it.
Hell yeah,
Worth
that's
the
what's
risk.
up. Yeah, I mean, because I know you as a singer songwriter. Oh wait, I want to back up. So Do you still have a clarinet?
Yeah, it's at my mom's house in the basement somewhere.
Get it, and I'm gonna have you play some clarinet on some stuff. But
All right.
anyway, so yeah, I met you as a singer-songwriter when I was going to IPR, I think.
Yep.
And you were recording with somebody there. And I don't even remember how I want to say we met just in passing, maybe like when I was waiting for to check out gear or something. I think
Maybe.
we just yeah, we just ran into each other. I don't remember how we even striked up a conversation, but yeah, I heard your music and I was just blown away, and you ended up playing at my mom's benefit show, which I really really appreciated, man. That was
Yeah, I almost
huge.
forgot about that. That was a beautiful night.
Yeah, it
That
really
was a good
was,
night.
man. My mom had lymphoma, so you played that benefit show, and she's doing great now. And that was a great night. We raised like, I want to say we raised like $3,000 that night or something crazy like that.
Really? I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, it was insane. It was great. It put a big dent with her medical bills and stuff, but everybody loved you
Mhm.
that night, bro. Like I got for like weeks or like months after, people would ask me about you, and just like, yeah, are
Yeah.
you gonna get him on a show again? Like what, what's his deal? What's his story? And I'm like, I hope
Yeah.
so. Like Kenny's dope. Kendrick's dope.
Yeah. That was a great night. That was a great night. It was definitely a fulfilling show to play. The number one thing that stuck out to me was your mom came and hugged me, and then she told me that I smelled good.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay.
She's charming like that.
She knows the way to a man's heart.
Yeah, hell yeah. Um
Yeah.
So are you still doing solo stuff, or have you fully ventured into like the engineering side? What have you been doing musically this year?
So, it's kind of been a roller coaster, I guess. Um, so I have found a new love for engineering. So recording other artists and just trying to take their dream for, their vision for a song and put it in, on the paper. I mean, in the DAW and mix everything um and get it sounding how they envisioned. Like that has been very fun for me, and I didn't really know that I liked working with other artists in that capacity until this last year and a half, where um my god brother actually came to me and he wanted to start doing music. He said that, like, oh, he has like these songs he's been writing, and people tell you that all the time as a musician, by the way. There's always like, oh, I wish I did more music, or I wish I
Right.
did music. But he actually came to me and he told me that he wanted to do music, and at this point I'm just like, oh, cool, like whatever, come over one day, we'll record. And so he came over one day and he just recorded the song, and it was just so good, and I was like, this is so cool, like to like see another artist making or doing their craft right in front of you. And he was good at it, and I was like, let's just keep doing this. And so over the last year and a half, I've just been working with him on his music and recording him, and we had this thing going for a while where every Tuesdays and Thursdays we would get together. He would come over after work and I would finish up with my work, and as soon as we were both done, we would just start making music. Um and doing that every Tuesday and Thursday made me really good at recording people and mixing their music, and at that engineering side of music, because I was always the artist. I was always recording, and I would work with other engineers. When we met, I was working with Kane,
Yep.
um and he engineered me for a while, and I just never knew how to do it. I knew how to do it, but I wasn't good at it because I didn't practice it. But I found this love for recording other people, and so throughout this entire year I've been recording my god brother, um my other god brother, who's his brother. I started recording him. He's amazing and talented as well. Um, they go by Lil Ranger and Sincerely Tony, respectively. So shout out to them. They're dope artists. But I've been working with so many other artists too, um, throughout the year, and it got to a point where people starting to pay me to record them and to engineer and mix their music, and so I saw that as an additional opportunity. So while I was just sitting there, to my thoughts, working from home, and knowing I wanted to do music full time because it was my love, I just realized, like, look, like there's all this opportunity in music. Why am I sitting at a desk
Yep.
doing something I don't love? barely being able to wake up in the morning to get to work because I'm not looking forward to the day. And I sat, with my thoughts, I was thinking like, wow, okay, look, people are willing to pay me to do music in this way. Maybe I could just save up some money and then when I quit my job, start recording even more people, and that might help, tie me over. Um, and I might be able to just start doing music full time, even if I don't make it as an artist. I can still at least be, part of the magic that's music. Um, so this whole year, I've just been ramping up on that, recording more and more people, getting better at my craft, as an engineer. Um, and I will say that the sad part through it all is I feel like I had lost kind of touch or a connection with my own music and working on my own music a lot because I was so
Yep.
focused on other people's. But
That happened to me
it
too.
still was a dream inside of me. It happens, yeah, it
Yeah.
happens to us, and sometimes you lose focus as an artist, and that happens in many ways. But this was such a good distraction in the sense I was still working on music that like
Yep.
it didn't hurt as bad, but I still realized that it was in some ways I felt like I was giving up on myself, and I was like, okay, you know what? This is not gonna work. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna keep recording other people, but I'm gonna focus on myself too. So 17 days ago, I quit my job, um, and I started working on my music more. And I had some successes with that though. So like I've kind of really only been focusing on my music right now, which
That's
has
what's
been
up.
kind of cool. Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. And I know that I don't know, I mean it's very very public now, but you got COVID uh recently and you like are TikTok famous now, bro. Like tell me about that,
That's
dude. I
funny.
mean, how many views are on that one video now?
Oh man, over 200,000 at least on that one.
That's
And I have another one that's
crazy.
in the K's somewhere. But um, you know what? What's funny about that is I think a month and a half ago, and I had been planning to quit my job, right? And I had posted something kind of funny on Instagram, and my cousin said, "You should post this on TikTok." And I was like, okay, like I'm quitting my job soon. I should probably start focusing on more social media stuff. So I posted on there and it got like 1,000 views on it. And then I was thinking, like, you know what? I'm gonna keep focused on it. I'm gonna keep posting things. I'm quitting my job soon. If I'm having this amount of success, like even if it's little, then I should double down on it. And so I did. And that COVID video came out of it. It was just me joking around. Like, I mean, I had it in that video. I hadn't known that I had COVID yet. I was just joking about it, and then I found out after I'd filmed it. But um, and that's a whole other story having COVID. But I just want to what I'm trying to say right now is when I had decided to quit my job is when these weird little successes started to come into play.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you start to focus on the important things, everything else kind of starts gravitating towards you and the universe starts kind of working for you too. So that's kind of the cool part about um, living in your purpose. And that's kind of what I'm experiencing right now. And that's why I'm talking about it. But um, yeah, I don't know. I just, it's pretty cool, like, I guess, to have those kind of successes. I had another video the day that I quit my job that I made about quitting my job, and I had posted that one, and that one's got at least 12 or 13K on it, I think. And that one's about my music. So it's cool when you have a video that's 200,000 views and it's about COVID, and
Yeah.
it's just funny. It's you, but it's about COVID. But when you make a something and it's about your music, and it also kind of blows up, and people give you positive affirmation for that, it feels so much better. So, and that's kind of been my experience since quitting my job. Really, is just all these good things. It's like the universe is telling me that I'm doing something right.
Hell yeah.
So
That's what's up. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
people have always, I mean, I've been doing this for years now, and people have always suggested to me, like, bro, quit your job, quit your job. And I just haven't made that leap yet. So I really wanted to talk to you about it because I think that that's
yeah.
amazing that you were, fully just like believed in yourself and believed in your vision and your goals, and you just did it. You made that leap. I mean, that's huge, man. That's really commendable and really dope. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
man. You should do it.
yeah,
You should do it. It's the best feeling in the world. I've never felt so confident about myself. I've never felt so optimistic about life. I've never felt like waking up in the morning before, and now I do. You know, it's like I was lazy before. I procrastinated a lot, and now I'm just go, go, go all the time. And it's like, it's actually hard for me to stop working. Before it was like hard for
Yeah.
me to like to work on things because I was just like, you know, am I lazy? And it's not that. It's just that when you're living in your purpose, it just becomes easy. It's just like your mind is on one thing, and you're just fully engaged all the time, and it's just been great. So if you can somehow find a way to be able to quit your job and focus on what you love, you'll love yourself for it, you know, and you'll love everybody else too more around you because you're just so positive. Like everybody I'm on the phone with, I just want them to, this conversation we're having right now, this is me trying to get you to just join me because it's like the water is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that it's not realistically for everybody. I mean, like I do see the positives about it. I mean, for sure. I mean, for somebody like you, but certain people, I don't think like if you're not at that point where you have money saved up or you have this and that, like I mean, you had to have X, Y, and Z like in play before you were able
You're right. You're
to
right,
make
and
that
I'll say
leap.
something to that. I'll say something to that. I think that you're right. It's not a realistic option for everybody to tomorrow just quit their job and
Yeah.
go do what they really love. But I do think that for me the situation is more dramatic because I'm a creative at heart and a passionate, emotional being at heart, and business and corporate America is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And so the leap for me was crazy. Like my happiness level and contentness level with life just dramatically changed after that because I was going from doing something 40 hours a week that I loathed to doing something 70 hours a week that I loved. And I would say that even if you can't make that leap, I would say just get a job that make sure you just get working at jobs that make you that are closer, you know, to your purpose and your vision for the world, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
Because and if you can save, that's enough. I think that that's, but I still think that being able to, if you can save up, I hope that me telling people how good I feel is enough of a motivation for someone to say, oh, what if I saved up enough for me to just quit my job for a year and then
Yeah.
try it out? I'm just hoping this works out within this year because I really think it will.
I think it will,
I'm
man.
really hoping that it does because I really want to see other people take that leap because I think that when you double down on what you love, you work 10 times harder, 10 times more opportunities come. And I think success is just going to come a lot faster and you're going to figure it out. Maybe you have an art business that you feel like, oh, there's no way I can make money doing art, or I do poetry. Nobody buys poetry, or anything. You know, I want to be in the soccer industry. I'm a soccer player or something. And but I'm not, I'm too old to be a soccer player, but I would still love to be in the industry somehow, but I have no connections. I guarantee if you save up enough money for a year to just focus on figuring it out, you will figure it out. And I'm only on day 17, but that's how confident and good I feel just from these first 17 days of all the things that have come my way. There's little signs from the universe that tell me that what I'm doing is right and is working. I think if people took that risk and that leap, they would find out quickly that you can make it work. But we'll see.
That's
We'll see.
inspiring, bro. I mean, I'm lucky to where in the last year or so I've been working at a group home for like 8 years, and it's been
Cool.
a blessing and a hindrance, but this year especially it just like things just lined up for me to where it's been a blessing because I worked at a group home before where I worked the weekends. Like I worked Friday morning to Saturday night, so it just sucked up my whole weekend. So that sucked, but at the same time
Mm.
during the week I was able to like go to IPR and do all those like run nice entertainment during the week. So that was cool. But then this past year I switched it up where I'm working 6 days a week now, but I'm not doing overnights anymore. My weekends aren't sucked up and I can work on my
Mm.
vision while I'm at work. So like
Mm.
I'm working on beats while I'm at work. I'm working on these podcasts. I'm, doing everything creative when I'm at work. So literally it just takes me the drive, to like get there. And that's
So
like
how do you feel about your setup right now in life? Like your yeah, I guess your work, passion, life balance. How do you feel about it?
Right now, I feel great. Right now,
Okay.
I know the work that I have ahead of me. But I made a lot of changes this past year. And like what you were saying is like people finding like what they're good at, and I've managed to get a lot of gigs editing podcasts, and that's why I started this podcast, or one of the reasons why I started podcasts. So I've been editing people's podcasts for them, and I've also been recording commercials for North Hennepin, so radio commercials and stuff.
Awesome. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so I've been doing that, and I shut down the label side of things to strictly focus on my own brand and
Okay.
do things like this. So to create my own podcast, to produce more beats, and just kind of live my truth a little more, and
Yeah.
get back to the reason why I'm doing this and like what I'm passionate about.
If that's the one great thing that came out of 2020, I feel like that is the one great thing,
Yeah.
is that everybody's had time to reflect
Yep.
and realize that focusing on yourself doesn't have to be
Yep.
selfish, and it um ultimately leads to you just feeling more fulfilled, and everyone seems to be finding the right alignment here at the end of 2020. So that's
Yeah,
cool, man. That's good to hear.
I agree. Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. And that's what I've been talking to everybody about pretty much is kind of what you said, finding yourself and figuring out what you love and loving yourself again, and um yeah, just kind of revamping yourself. So what do you see, what do you hope just like the next 5 years, if like everything goes to plan and as you want it, what do you hope for the next 5 years for yourself?
I just want to be doing what I love every day. That's really all that I can ask for. I want to be working on my music as much as I want to every day. I want to be spending time with my family, my loved ones, as much as I want to every day. I want to watch Netflix for, 30 minutes a day or an hour a day. I want to be able to go for a walk, maybe ride my skateboard, snowboard still. Um, it's really just about me. I always felt like I had to be in a certain place. I always kind of said, "Oh, in 5 years right now, I want to be super famous and da 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 da." But nowadays, I don't feel that way anymore. I just want to be doing what I love to do every day. And honestly, right now, if I can keep doing what I've been doing every day, right now in 5 years, I think I'd still be happy, as long as there's some element of growth and
Yep.
um, just kind of confirmation that the path that you're on is the right path. Um, I mean, because everybody wants approval from others, but it's more so this idea that the value that I'm giving is actually that I feel like I'm giving is actually the value that people are receiving and are confirming that what you think that you're doing is good in the world is good. And um, yeah, I mean, but if I had to try and think of something really specific, um, I just hope that I'm able to make a living off of my music. Because right now, I'm not generating revenue off of my music.
Right.
It's growing, yes, but is it sustainable? I don't know yet. I wanted to get to a point where I could live without the fear that in 1 year from now I might not be able to do what I'm doing.
Hell yeah. That's super dope. And what you said really struck me is creating value. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. And that's what I've had to really think about,
Mm-hmm.
like why am I doing this? Why am I doing this podcast? Why am I making these beats? And my whole thing is because I want to create value. I want to enrich other people's lives. I want to inspire or motivate or give people knowledge or a different perspective. I think we as people forget you have to fill your own cup first, but at the same time we're here to serve others, and that's
Exactly.
a huge reason why I love collaborating with artists as well, and I love engineering artists and producing and doing stuff like this, man. We went through like a lot in a short time span, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah, there's just a lot to get out there.
Yeah, for real, man.
So much. Yeah.
For real. I appreciate you giving me the time today, man, and coming on here. Do you have any like last words that you would like to impart on everybody?
You're not gonna have me back on here? Like
Oh yeah,
this is
I'm
my
gonna. Oh
last
no,
chance to
no, I'll
speak?
have you back on here. I'm gonna have reoccurring guests, and you're definitely gonna be one of them, no doubt,
All right, all right,
no
all right.
doubt. So I guess we'll just say until.
You know, my last words are stay true to your day ones.
Hell yeah, stay true to your day ones. Those are facts, facts, bro.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
We're all going up. We're all going up in 2021. Don't forget the ones who love and support
Hell
you.
yeah. Well, this will be coming out in 2021, so this will be like old news at that point. But thank you once again, man. I really appreciate you, and I wish you nothing but success. And I hope that we collaborate a lot in the future, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thank you.